Springtime is just around the corner and I have the cutest DIY for it. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Justina and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs. As you see by today's title and clicking on today's video, I have a brand new spring DIY just for you that is super adorable. All you really need is this adorable tea set that I purchased from Dollar Tree for $1.25. They usually carry this all year long, but when I saw it, I knew exactly what I wanted to create with it. But before we get started, if you are new here, friends, I hope you stick around. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free, but don't forget to click on that bell notification so let YouTube know that you want to be notified every time I upload a new content. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here and clicking on today's video. I do appreciate each and every one of you being here, but don't forget to do all the YouTubey things down below. It really does help out my channel. Now, enough with all that being said, let's just jump right into it and let's art today. So, like I mentioned before, all you really need is this tea set from Dollar Tree. It comes with a bunch of things in it. Pretty much everything is in quantities of 4 except for the teapot. So I am just going to remove it from the packaging so that we can get all of those little pieces out. Here is our little tea set. Like I said before, everything comes in a quantity of 4 except for the little teapot. I absolutely love how this teapot is shaped and decorated. Here are the 4 little cups that are in this teal color. They come with 4 spoons and also some 4 plates, which is super adorable. They are really detailed for being a toy, especially for Dollar Tree. They come with a lot of detail on the actual little tea set. Now, the first thing I wanted to do was cover everything using my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. And I do give everything about 2 to 3 coats of this paint just to make sure that everything is nice and covered, because I really wanted a blank slate. Now, you can definitely decorate yours however you like, and you can also take it outside and spray paint, but on this actual day, our temperatures were really low again, and so the spray paint wouldn't have dried correctly. So I just opted out and started painting all of mine. After I was done painting, I did let it dry completely before adding the second and third coat, and this is how it looks thus far. Now, I did leave some of the parts exposed because I thought I was going to use that color in the long run, but then I didn't like the sheen from the plastic, so I do cover that up later. Now I am going to start painting all of the details onto each one of those pieces, but we first are going to start with the teapot, and I am going for an Alice in Wonderland theme spring decor with this set. So of course I went in with some black acrylic paint and started painting the little spout of our little teapot. Now, I did mention in my last Alice in Wonderland theme video, if you guys would like to see more Alice in Wonderland themed DIYs, and most of you said yes, so that is why I am doing this today. Plus, I really enjoy doing these DIYs for spring because Alice in Wonderland has a lot of flowers, which is in the springtime, and I just really like it. Plus, it goes along with my little gothy witchy side that I absolutely love. So as you see here, we have more black paint added onto the side, and there's these little diamond shaped with flowers in there, and I'm just going for the diamond shape, so I'm just covering it up using my black acrylic paint, and I will continue those diamonds all around our little teapot here. Once I was done with the little diamonds, I then started painting the bottom of our teapot using the same black acrylic paint. This teapot will just be black and white, which is totally fine, but I do paint the lid a little bit differently because I wanted this to be a little bit mismatchy, because as you may know from Alice in Wonderland Disney version, everything is pretty much nonsense. So as you see here, I'm adding black stripes onto the lid of my teapot, but I'm keeping that teal color. Even though I don't like the sheen, I really like the pop of difference. Moving right along, I will then start painting each one of those teacups a different version or different color. And as you see here, I'm going in with this light baby blue color to match Alice's dress from the movie, which I just think is so pretty. And I'm just adding stripes all along this teacup. Now I do have to give each one or every piece about 2 to 3 coats to really make it opaque and stand out, which is totally fine because it doesn't take too long for it to completely dry. For the second cup, I went in with this bright yellow, and I'm just painting half of the cup because the lower half is going to be painted purple. Now I only show you these 2 cups, but as you see over to the right lower hand, the other cup is in black and white, and then I also painted the last cup in a bright orange. Next, we are going to move on to the plates, and even though everything is matchy, they still are somewhat similar. So this plate is going to be black and white. I do have a baby blue plate and also a yellow and purple plate and also an orange plate. Once again, I will give everything a couple coats and wait for it to completely dry before adding the next coat onto it. Remember, friends, you can decorate your tea set however you like. The possibilities are pretty much endless and really make your imagination shine. But I would love to know if you recreate this DIY down in the comments below, and to also share it with me on Facebook. I love to see everyone's creation when they recreate some of my DIYs. It really does touch my heart, and it makes me so happy to see all the different types of creations. Now, as I'm painting on my plates, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you do that today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free, but don't forget to click on the bell notification so YouTube can always notify you every time I upload a new video. Plus, we would love to have you here, part of our virtual art family. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here today. Once again, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Now that I have my plates all decorated, I did place them to the side so that they can fully dry, and here is the completed set. Now, as you may have remembered, I did have some spoons that I did paint earlier, but I decided not to use them because it really didn't go with what I was trying to create. Now that they are all dry, it is now time to assemble them all together. This was kind of the tricky part because I wanted them to be all wonky, I guess you can say. So as you see here, I did add a nice dollop of hot glue to the edge of the teacup here, and I was trying to hold it in place for it to fully dry, but it wasn't staying up how I wanted it to. So I did take a popsicle stick and I started cutting it down into little squares, and I placed that underneath my cup. This will help it stand in that slant that we want, and also give it some extra support when it leans back. And then I will add more hot glue to attach everything together. Also, if you want a more permanent hold, I suggest using E6000 or super glue, but for video purposes and my own purposes, I am just using my hot glue gun with some Gorilla Glue sticks. Now that my cup is set up, I then add the next plate right on top of the handle and the edge of the cup, once again using a large dollop of hot glue. Then I will continue this pattern with the other cups, but going in the opposite direction. So as you see here, the cup is leaning to the left, and then the next cup is leaning to the right, and so on and so forth. I will add more of those popsicle sticks underneath to help act as the base and also the support for the cup so it doesn't lean back. Then I will continue adding the plates that correspond with the cup on top of each other so that everything is mismatchy and nonsense in our little Alice in Wonderland theme topiary, I guess you may call it. To attach our little teapot to the top, I have this floral wire from a floral pick that I just cut down to size. That way that can hold our little teapot in the air so it looks like it's defying gravity. To attach everything together, once again, I am using my hot glue. I stick it into the spout, add the hot glue, and then place that wire right in there and hold it until it's dry. Now to attach that wire to the cup on the top, I am using some floral foam. I cut it down to size and then add it right in there. Add 3 little pieces so that it's nice and snug, and then I attach the teapot it by pushing the wire down into the floral foam. Now it wasn't holding the way I wanted to, it kept rotating. So to remedy that, I added more hot glue on top until everything was nice and set, and then I added more floral foam on top just to make sure that it was nice and secure. Now that everything was dry, I took my hot glue gun again and started going down that little wire that we placed in the center. This will make it look like fluid or tea is pouring out of the spout into the cup. Then I will continue adding hot glue to the cup so that it looks like it's full of tea, and then I will place that down so it can dry completely. For the bottom cup, I have 2 of these rocks that I have from Dollar Tree, and I'm just placing it in the cup so that it can add some extra weight to the bottom because it is top heavy, and it can be a riser so I can add more hot glue to the bottom cup because that too will also look like it has tea pouring out of that cup. I did set that to the side so that the glue can dry, and while I'm waiting, I found these beautiful wooden mushrooms at Dollar Tree for $1.25. They come in different types of shapes, and I'm just going to paint them the regular toad mushrooms, which is a red top with white spots and also a white bottom. I'm just using regular acrylic paint and adding it right on top of the wooden pieces. Once again, acrylic paint on wood dries super fast, so I didn't have to wait too long to add a second coat. I did the same thing for the second mushrooms. There's only going to be 2 mushrooms on my stacked teacups, but remember, you can decorate your stacked teacups however you want. Now that my glue is completely dry, I went in with a nutmeg brown acrylic paint and added it right on top of my glue so it can look like tea. And as you see here, I did add more to the edge of the cup so it looks like it's splashing out of the cup, which I absolutely love. I then am going to add more hot glue onto the plates and add a little bit of floral moss to the edges of each of the plates, and I pretty much add this stuff everywhere onto my little tea stack. And then for the top edge right here, I'm going to add 3 little pearls. Remember, you can decorate your stack however you like. There is no wrong or right way how to decorate it. I'm just going to add various little details here and there just because that's the way I like to do things. Now, I don't show you every single plate that I decorate, but here is another one. I just add some more of that moss and a mushroom, and then I will continue decorating all of the plates and adding more details as I go. But after I was done, this completes our DIY. I absolutely loved how our little tea stack turned out. I added more details, as you see, with some leaves. I had this little wooden clock that was also purchased from Dollar Tree, and then added my little moss pretty much everywhere. There is a little gnome at the bottom tier, which is super cute. But once again, remember, you can decorate yours however you like. But I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comment section below. Remember, friends, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you do that today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free. But don't forget to click on the bell notification so YouTube can notify you every time I upload a new video. Plus, we would love to have you here, part of our virtual art family. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here and taking the time and spending it with me to create this DIY. I really do appreciate each and every one of you being here, but don't forget to do all the YouTubey things, which is like, comment, and share it to at least one friend. That really does help out my channel. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching this DIY with me today. I really hope you enjoy, and as always, I will see you in the next one.